when somebody asks me what I do for work, I like to tell them that I sit at a desk, look at a screen, and type all day. I like saying that because it almost always invites a follow-up question, or it's just a fun, creative way to start a conversation with somebody. The reality is, for myself, for a lot of other people, that's kind of the reality of their job. It's sedentary, there isn't a lot of movement involved, and there's a lot of blue light exposure, which I don't actually have my glasses at the moment. There's a lot of, and this isn't not in my area of expertise, but there is a lot of documented research out there that suggests there's both tremendous benefit to movement, and there's a lot of, and similarly, the other side of the coin, there is a tremendous detriment to living such a sedentary life. And for myself, in the pursuit of wanting to be like the best version of myself, in pursuit of wanting to be somebody who has a relatively healthy and balanced life, knowing that work being a constant in my life, and work for me mostly being sedentary, it challenges me to think about, okay, how can I, with my time that isn't dedicated to work, that isn't forced into sedentary state of being, how can I leverage my other time away from work to address the long-term sedentariness of that's driven by, again, this constant in work, and again, in order to pursue balance, live a healthy life, all these things. There's a surprising amount of correlation, I think, between brain activation and movement. I've seen pictures of MRIs, brain scans, where somebody was active for 10, 15 minutes or something like this compared to somebody who wasn't. And I mean, that alone convinces me, not only from the standpoint of being healthy and having better brain activation, but in a roundabout way, it serves a good deal of utility for me being a software developer. Like, I want to have better brain activation. Like, why would I not want to be my best, to ideally do my best work? So there's compelling case not only to be a better person, which isn't necessarily connected to doesn't necessarily align with my work goals, but there's also a very clear connection between movement, the positive impact on brain activation, and the brain being one of the most important things in the type of work I do. So there's actually a great and compelling reason from like a utilitarian standpoint here to invest in walking around or dancing or whatever the case is. So something that I think maybe everybody should do, especially when you live and work in an environment that forces you to be sedentary, is, are there creative ways where you can explore, discover ways to incorporate movement into your life? And are there ways to invest some of your time where you don't have to work and don't have to be sedentary, to try to drive some balance, try to drive some movement into day-to-day life? For myself, I've had the pleasure and the convenience of having my whole life had a positive experience with movement, and so I've always been able to find enjoyment in, whether it was running or swimming or, various sports. I know everybody doesn't share the same circumstances or same story as me, but yeah, my encouragement to people with whom it's easy to find physical activities that they can invest in, and similarly with people who don't, my encouragement is to try to find something. Let you watching this be maybe a reminder or an encouragement to go try to find something that you can do that is physical, that gets you moving, and that you can enjoy.